love and peace. This is Ray. Today we want to talk about observation. You want to be a master at observing the different circumstances and events that are currently occurring within your life. You want to make observing things a big important factor in your life. You want to be able to observe not just the basic details of life, but the little nuances. And we want to do it in accordance with the universal laws. The reason why that's so important is because as we learn to be a master observer, it's very similar to astronomy, numerology, and when you're at that level of observing your surroundings, the world, the stars, everything within yourself, internally and externally, in other words. When you learn to observe at those different those high levels, you're going to start to notice the different signs, the universe's language speaking to you through repetition and synchronicity. And also by just deciding that you're going to be a master observer, you're going to be able to start to change the vibration of your frequency from a lower end vibration in which you're asleep, your mind is asleep, you're not really paying attention to things around you. You just notice what you notice. You just notice what's in your current vibration. But you want to get out of that comfort zone. You want to challenge your current vibration. You always want to reach out and try to reach a higher level of vibration every day, trying to reach out a higher level of vibration and observing your surroundings, observing the universe constantly showing you signs. It's always showing you signs. It's always talking to you. You could go to the store and see 20 different signs if you are aware of it, because these signs are in accordance with what your desire is. They're in accordance with your hopes, your dreams. They're in accordance with the universe saying, hey, we're cheering you on. This is possible. Your desire is possible. They'll show you people who already have what you want. They'll show you people who are smiling and happy. If you're looking for a happy relationship, you start to see a lot of people, or a lot of relationships. You start to see people who are in relationships. You see them in the park, you see them at the store, you see them smiling, smiling, kissing, you see them holding hands. You start to see a lot of that, if that's what you're looking for. If you're observing, what do you call that? Understanding how to see the vibration of abundance, then you start to observe that, and you start to see it more and more and more and more. So that's something you want to definitely learn to develop, is how to really observe your internal and external surroundings. Again, the more you have practice in that, the more you're going to develop the vibrational frequency, and you want to develop that high level vibrational frequency. That's what it's all about. That's what all the universal laws are really all about. They're just tools that we utilize to help us or allow us to one, notice that there is such thing as vibration. Two, to learn how to tap into that vibration. And then three, to learn how to change our own vibration. Four, to learn how to put it all together and transmute energy at will. Because that's what we're really doing. When we're using words as allowing, creating, and manifesting, we're just transmuting the energy that's around us to allow us to tap into the different vibrational frequencies, which are different dimensions of creation. So if you're living in one world, just for an example, in one world, you have another you who's in poverty. In another world, you are you currently right now. In another world, you have a writer, famous writer. In another world, you're a singer. So you can change those vibrations, and that's important for you to understand through observation. and you know, look, when you look at people like and I know he's a fictional character, like what's his name, the famous investigator Sherlock Holmes. The reason why Sherlock Holmes, when you look at his stories and stuff like that, why he was able to solve everything was because he observed things that the normal human being didn't really care to. He had trained through the mastery of the faculties of his mind. He had trained himself to notice the most minute detail and to make it his life study of observing. That's all he really did. But he got so good at it that the byproduct of that was that he was able to tap into the higher intelligence, which of course is absolute genius, you know. Mark Twain was another master observer. He observed things. He just loved to study people, loved to study the world and how things worked. And being able to do that, he tapped into his higher self. He stated that in his entire life, he never wrote a single book, even though he wrote many successful books. The reason he made that statement, it was because once he learned how to master observing, he was able to tap into his higher self, because you start to notice things. Your vibration raises to that high frequency where your higher self is. So he was able to tap into his higher self, and so by doing that, he said that every word in that book just flew, like it came to him. And so that's why he made that statement, like he never really wrote a book in his life, because it was just given to him in its totality. And that's huge. Albert Einstein was another one. Nick Tesla was another one. They learned how to observe their environment to the fullness. And again, that's such an important factor in life, to be able to observe your environment. Another good example was when we started to develop the whole forensic science. That was based off learning the study of observation. That's what it really is. And they got so good at it that they started, the technology and the things that they started looking for, they were solving crimes that they never solved ever before in their lives, because of the study of observation. So again, being able to study observation is going to is a quick way to raise your vibrational frequency, and to easily learn and understand how to tap into your higher self. That's actually going to be the byproduct of it. It's kind of like the more I made a statement before on Facebook. I said that you don't owe anyone to, how did I make that state? How did I put that? I said, it's not your job. Yeah, this is what I said. I said, it's not your job to make anyone happy. It's their job to make themselves happy. But it is your job to be the highest, authentic, true self. Not just for you, but for them. So again, observation will lead to the byproduct of being able to connect with your higher self. It's a great gift. It's something that you owe yourself, to be your true, authentic self. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, this is Ray. Love and peace.